Alright, welcome back to another Basics of Python video. I think this is the third video in this playlist, and we'll obviously be adding to it as we go. So whenever you watch this, there might be more there, and you can go check them out. Today we're going to look at a problem that was in the book, The Crash Course Python. This book is what I used when I wanted to learn Python, and I started learning programming altogether. It's this one right here. It's 2150. I'll have a link down below if you want to go check it out at least and see if it's something you might be interested in. And we're going to talk about how do we remove all instances of a specific value from a list. And also, if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. That way you don't miss any future content that you might find useful. So let's hop into our example. We're going to revisit this from a couple videos ago. I have this toppings list with all available toppings for pizzas. However, you can see cheese here is here 3 times, and we want to remove it entirely. Let's say we ran out of cheese for some reason. That's pretty bad because that's probably the most important topping for pizza, but let's just say that's the case. And for some reason, there's 3 cheese values in here, not just one, and we want to remove all 3 from this list. Well, there's actually a list method called remove, and let's see what that looks like. So if I do toppings.remove, and I say I'm going to remove this value, cheese, and let's print out now the toppings list and run this. You can see cheese still is available here and here, and only removed the first value. That's because if we hover over this remove method, it'll tell us it just removes the first occurrence of this value, in this case, the value cheese. And if there isn't a value at all, it'll throw a value error exception. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to put artichoke. Hopefully that's how you spell it. Don't flame me down below. But you can see down here, list.remove x. X is not in the list, x being artichoke. So if you wanted to throw this in a try catch, that way it doesn't stop your program entirely. You can just continue on. If the value doesn't exist, you can do something like that. But we're just going to show how do we remove all instances, not just one, because there could be 50 values of cheese in here for all we know, and we don't want to do, toppings.remove cheese, toppings.remove cheese, toppings.remove cheese. We want to just write one simple statement. It's going to go through and remove all instances of that. And so to do that, we're going to use what's known as a while loop. And a while loop will just run whatever's inside this loop as long as this condition is true. So we can say while and then cheese is in. So remember this in operator we talked about in the last video in this playlist, I think. Toppings. So while that cheese is found in this list, let's do toppings.remove that value cheese. And just to show you that it's going to do this 3 times, it's going to go through the contents of this while loop 3 times. I'm going to print out removing cheese. So if we clear this out down here and we run this again, we see removing cheese, removing cheese, removing cheese. So it looped through this while loop 3 times because cheese was found in toppings 3 times, and it removed just one instance each time. And now if we look at the list afterwards, there is no instance of cheese in this list. Now I guess I should also show that try catch. So we're going to have a try block, and then we're going to have an except block. And here I'm just going to do nothing. I'm going to say none. But in the try, let's go ahead and do toppings.remove something that doesn't exist. So candy, for instance, will not be in our toppings list. So like we saw before, it'll throw that value error exception, but we don't want that to halt our whole program because we want to continue doing what we need to do. So basically what I'm saying here is, hey, try out this statement. If something happens and if exception happens, we're just going to do nothing and then be on our merry way. So now if we run this, we just get the whole list again. All right, so that's all I wanted to show in this video. Hopefully this helped you in some way, and I hope to see you in a future video.